Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. We're back for week 2 predictions and stardom sit-ems. So we're going to try to blow through this a little quicker than we did last week. When I was done recording, it was longer, so we're going to try to go quicker this week. So New England, the Jets, I'm starting Nelson Aguilar, Mac Jones, Damian Harris, James White, and that's about it. On the other side of the ball, pretty much the only guy that I would really start is Corey Davis. I mean, Zach Wilson, if you're hurting for a quarterback, I guess you could play him. The Jets have no run game. Jamison Crowder is back, so maybe Jamison Crowder is a flex play. I'm going New England 28, Jets 17 in that one. Next up, Denver at Jacksonville. I really like Denver's defense this year, so I think they're worth the start this week. Denver's offense, big blow, losing big booty Jerry Jeudy last week. So Cortland Sutton, Noah Fant, step up. Tim Patrick could be a flex play. Melvin Gordon may be an outside flex play as well. I'm not huge on Melvin Gordon. I think Javonte Williams will eventually end up taking carries from Melvin Gordon. Flip it over. I was talking about this on stream. I don't like the Jags backfield this week. Denver's run defense is pretty good. Marvin Jones, Laviska Shenault, DJ Chark, take your pick. I'm not really sure where they're probably one of the most odd teams of 3 receivers to figure out who's going to get catches. They could all have 5 catches, 50 yards probably. So I would, tread lightly. You're not going to get as big a numbers as you did last week. And Denver wins this game 24-13. I think Trevor Lawrence struggles in his second game with that Broncos defense. So moving on, Buffalo against Miami. And I'm going to put it this way. If Buffalo can't win this game, then they have some serious issues. Miami's defense is decent. So I think Buffalo will struggle to score some points early. But Miami's offense isn't any better. So I'm starting Josh Allen, Devin Singletary, and Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley as well. And then on the Miami side of the ball, I don't even know who to start on that side. That's how bad their offense is. I don't like Tua at quarterback. Mike Gesicki was held scoreless last week. So I'm not even, maybe Devontae Parker as a flex option, and that's it. So I have Buffalo winning this game 27-10. Let's move on. One of the better early games is Philadelphia, San Francisco. So no Raheem Mostert. So I think that backfield, be careful. I don't really like anybody in that backfield this week because I think they're going to go the 3-headed backfield of Sermon, Mitchell, and Hasty. So I'm looking Deebo Samuel, George Kittle having pretty big weeks against that Philly D. But on the other side of the ball, Devontae Smith, Miles Sanders, Jalen Hurts, and Dallas Goedert. I think Miles Sanders is going to have a huge game because look at what how they fared against the 2 Detroit running backs last week, giving up 24 and 25 to DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams respectively. I think this is a close game. I think I'm giving the edge to Philly at home, 30-27. And Philly goes to 2-0. Shocker. The Rams and the Colts, I think this is a blowout. I had somebody tell me they think it's going to be closer, but I don't see it. The Colts defense and offense, they're a mess right now. They're probably more of a mess than the Texans are. So I'm starting everybody on the Rams offense with the exception of Deshaun Jackson. I just don't like Deshaun Jackson. I think he's not really a valid option for fantasy wise at this point. On the Indy side of the ball, you're probably starting Jonathan Taylor, Zach Pascal. That's about it. I really don't like anything else there. I think it's going to be a blowout. I have the Rams winning 40-17 in that one. I'll leave the Cavs coming to give his opinion. Next up, the Raiders and Steelers. I think this is going to be a little bit closer game because of the Raiders defense and the Steelers offense. And let me explain real quick. I think the Raiders defense is a little underrated, and I think the Steelers offense is a little overrated. I don't like Big Ben at quarterback, so I'm obviously not advocating for him starting in anything. But I think you're starting Claypool and Deontay Johnson. I don't think Juju has quite as good a game this week. Najee Harris, I mean, everybody picked him in the first or second round, so you're probably starting him anyway. But I think the Raiders defense is going to be a little sneaky here. They're going to have to play as good as they did against the Ravens on Monday night. On the Raiders offensive side of the ball, Darren Waller, Kenyon Drake, maybe Derek Carr. I don't know. And I don't know what wide receiver they're going to use, because Darren Waller is wide receiver 1. These other guys, it's like throw it up and see which one lands first. So anyway, Steelers defense probably a start as well. 24-21 Steelers over the Raiders. Next game, Cincinnati-Chicago. I wrestled with this one because I think on paper, I think Cincinnati has the better offense than Chicago. And their defense may even be slightly better on paper than Chicago's. So Cincinnati, I think you're going T. Higgins, Burrow, McGee, or Mixon, and Jamar Chase. On the offensive side, I think, tone the expectations down a little bit, because I don't think it's going to be as good as it was against the Vikings last week. I could be wrong, and they could have huge numbers, and this game could be completely not what I think it's going to be. Flip it over to the Chicago side of the ball. 2 guys I'm starting, Allen Robinson and David Montgomery. That's it. But I think Chicago squeaks out a win at home, 20-17 to go to 1-1. I had Chicago being 2-4 going into their bye week, so we'll see if they hold true to that. Next up, Houston going into Cleveland. The dog pound's going to be raving mad about the loss to the Chiefs last week. 2 critical turnovers by Chubb and Baker Mayfield doomed the Browns. Houston, on the other hand, they kind of outperformed expectations last week. So I think they come back down this week. On Houston's side of the ball, tread lightly, but I think Brandon Cooks is probably your play there, and maybe either Ingram or David Johnson. I think they're going to have to use the screen game a little more, so I think David Johnson might have a little bit better day than Ingram. But it seems like they wanted to use all 3 running backs, so we'll see how that shakes out. Flip it over to the Cleveland side. Jarvis Landry, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, and Baker Mayfield. And I think if Schwartz plays, I think he's a sneaky flex play. They used him quite a bit in the Kansas City game last week. And Texans' secondary is not quite as good as the Chiefs. So 31-17 Cleveland over Houston. Next up, we have Carolina and New Orleans. New Orleans is massively understaffed on the defensive side of the ball. Davenport is out. I forgot. Lattimore may not play. They have some other issues on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, they've got some guys missing too. So it's going to be an interesting game. I'm starting Kamara there, and maybe Deontay Harris, or probably I would maybe Callaway. I think Callaway could have a decent game. But other than that, I'm not seeing a whole lot to start there. Carolina's defense is not bad. They held the Jets to 14, but again, it's the Jets. The Saints, they're just not. I don't feel like they're there offensively yet. Yeah, they had the game against Green Bay last week. But, opening game, energy may not be quite as high. It's a divisional game. It's on the road again. So we'll see how it pans out. Carolina, you're starting DJ Moore. You're starting Robbie Anderson. You're starting CMC. Those are the 3 guys that I would start there. I think Carolina earns the W 27-21 over the Saints. Going out to the desert in Arizona, I see I see this game pretty much one way, and that's Arizona winning. Minnesota has almost the exact same setup that Tennessee does. Two good wide receivers and a running back. Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, and Dalvin Cook. So, Cousins may be a flex play, but it's literally the same setup. I want to see how Arizona's defense plays. I don't know that I would start Arizona's defense this week. Give them another week, see what they do. But they're going to win this game. Flip it over. DeAndre Hopkins, both running backs, Chase Edmonds, James Conner. I think Rondale Moore is a flex play this week, and then Kyler Murray, you're firing him up. I think AJ Green's a no-go for me this week. And Arizona wins 38-24. Murray has a big game. D-Hop has another huge game. And then I think Edmonds and or Connor get a touchdown from the backfield. So that's that. Excuse me. We move to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. I'm just going to plain and simple start everybody on Tampa's side. Don't tread lightly if you're starting Kyle Pitts and Calvin Ridley on the other side. I guess they'll put up some points somewhere, but the Bucs are going to blow them out 45-17. So points galore there. You're starting everybody on the Tampa Bay side of the ball. Let's move to Tennessee at Seattle. I think this one, according to the spread, is around 6.5, and I stayed right in that range. But it's hard for me to take Tennessee on the road after their performance last week. Look, they have defensive issues in the secondary, and they have an offensive coordinator that's called one game in the regular season. That spells trouble for me. So, obviously, you're starting the big four from Tennessee: Tannehill, A.J. Brown, Julio, and Derrick Henry. I don't see anybody else really that you can play from there. Chester Rogers may be a flex because he could factor into this in some way, shape, or form. Seattle side, Russ is going to cook. So you're going Russ, you're going Chris Carson, you're going Tyler Lockett, you're going DK Metcalf. I don't really see anybody else start there. I would not start either defense. And I'm going Seattle at home, 34-28, to drop Tennessee to 0-2, and them to be looking in the mirror and wondering what happened to last season. I can tell you, Arthur Smith is in Atlanta. He's struggling in Atlanta. Your guys are struggling there because you're offensive coordinator. So that's that. Moving on, Chargers and Cowboys. Cowboys, injuries on the defensive side of the ball will kill them in this game. No DeMarcus Lawrence, no Randy Gregory, possibly no Kazee. And that spells trouble coming up against that Chargers offense. On the offensive side of the ball for the Cowboys, one of their linemen is out with an illness this week. They struggled to run the ball against Tampa Bay. I think they're going to struggle to run the ball against the Chargers. So they're going to have to throw. So you're obviously going Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Prescott. And I know as bad as this sounds, everybody probably drafted Zeke Elliott in the first or second round. I think he's basically a flex play this week. I don't like him running the ball right now. I don't even know if they're going to use him in the passing game. I think it's going to be Pollard in the passing game. So tread lightly with Zeke. Flip it over. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Jared Cook, Eckler, and Herbert, fire them all up. With that beat-up defense, I think they're going to have as good a game as they had against the Washington football team the week before, and I think the Chargers come out 35-27 on top in that one. Sunday night game, Kansas City Chiefs at the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens' defense is a mess right now, and the Ravens' offensive line is a mess right now. So the Chiefs are getting back, hopefully, Frank Clark and Tyrann Mathieu. That's gonna boost that defense big time. Frank Clark plays on Villanueva's side of the line. Ronnie Stanley is out. Chris Jones will be going up against a backup on that side of the line. To me, if they can keep contained, they're going to get to Lamar Jackson at some point during that game and potentially cause a turnover or fumble. or an interception or fumble. Obviously, you're firing all the Chiefs' weapons. For the Ravens, probably Lamar Jackson, Andrews. I would say this: if you have Sammy Watkins, this may be the week to start him, because he's gonna want to prove a point against his old team, the Chiefs. Marquise Brown is dinged up, but he's probably a flex play. And then the running back situation there, I don't know who they're going to use more. It's probably Tyson Williams, but his share may dwindle, but he's probably worth the start in this one. But too much offense from the Chiefs. You saw what the Raiders did to the Ravens on Monday night. The Chiefs are going to probably make it worse than what I have, but I'm going Chiefs 35, Ravens 24. And then finally, the game we have up on the screen here, Green Bay versus the Detroit Lions. Everybody is worried about Green Bay, me included. I'm not sold on their defense for sure, and their offensive line is a little sus as well. But you're firing up Aaron Jones, Aaron Rodgers, Tanyan, and Devontae Adams for sure. Out of the other two, Lazard or Scantling, those are probably flex plays at best. So take your pick there. Choose wisely or choose lightly. There on the other side, we'll flip it real quick. I'm starting Jamal Williams, DeAndre Swift, and TJ Hawkinson. Those are the three guys for the Lions I think you probably start almost every week. But it is the Packers. They have Aaron Rodgers. It's at home, first home game of the season. I don't think they're going to lose this game. If they do lose this game, then there is big trouble in Cheesetown. And the rumors are only going to start growing louder as to Aaron Rodgers and his offseason and him not wanting to be there. So I'm going Green Bay 31-21 in this game. I'm not sold on the Packers defense, but I think they can play well enough to help the offense out and get a dub. So that's what I see for week 2. Week 1, we were horrible on our picks. I don't even have a total because that's how bad it was. Pretty sure I only came out with like 6 wins. So it was not good. I can tell you real quick. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 6 wins week 1. We were horrible. So hopefully we do better this week. So if you like this video, smash a thumbs up. Comment, let me know what you think. We're going to be doing some FIFA 22 Team of the Week videos coming soon. Check me out, twitch.tv/GhostHunter1974. And as always, thank you for checking the videos out. Have a great weekend. Peace.